रसना जपते मात गर्भ तुम ही प्रतिपालक मृत मंडल एक तू ही मात गर्भ तुम ही प्रतिपालक मृत मंडल एक तू ही रसना 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 जपते 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 तू रसना जपते
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ
This program is brought to you by National Sikh Center and its affiliate Guru Gobind Singh Foundation. The program will explain the origination of the Gurbani, Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Japji Sahib and Ek Onkar. Bhai Gurdarshan Singh Ji will explain all the meanings, interpretation of all these shabds. He will be explaining in next about 10 segments of this Japji Sahib's translation, which is also called Mool Mantra. Fakru ji.
It is my privilege to talk about Guru Nanak's Japji Sahib. Japji Sahib is such a powerful Bani of Guru Nanak, which is a journey from false to truth, or journey from state of ignorance to state of enlightenment. And in the Japji Sahib, it is not just a composition of Guru Nanak, it is a life of Guru Nanak. And it tells the culture of Guru Nanak's soul. And I will invite you all with families and children to know about Guru Nanak's culture of spirituality and learn from Guru Nanak and live that culture, which enhances our ability in every aspect of our life. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
एक ओंकार सत नाम करता पुरख निरभव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
I am Chatra Singh Saini. I have Mr. Bhai Sahib Ji, Gurdarshan Singh Ji of Guru Gobind Singh Foundation, Rockville. We are bringing you the program, The World of Sikhism. Thank you very much. Bhai Sahib Ji, ਅਸੀਂ ਹੁਕਮ ਰਜਾਈ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਤੋਂ ਲਾਸਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਦੀ ਥੋੜੀ ਐਕਸਪਲੇਨੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ. Can you give us more details and start with the next body, the next paragraph? Thank you.
Sat Sangat Ji, welcome back to Sikh world, the world of Sikhism. And we are delighted to have you back. And as Sardar Chatra Singh Saini has said many times, our intention is to introduce you with the words of Guru Nanak. I feel the wisdom and the lifestyle he lived and the knowledge he passed on, it's very valuable, very essential and very meaningful the times which we live in. And as we see that whole humanity is falling apart, there has to be common things recognized in each other, in each of us, and we have those tools, and where humanity can come back to together again.
Yeah.
And that is the whole purpose of doing this translation, and especially those who may not have any knowledge or understanding about Sikhism, If there is sometimes encyclopedias and other sources, yes, there is valuable information on internet, but these are the direct words of Guru Nanak he experienced, and then he stamped these words by putting his name Nanak after each body.
Nanak likhya naal. That's
Nanak
what this means.
Yeah. So that is the meaning of that. Nanak says, but when he says, "How apon bolna janda, main kahya sab hukum aao jiyo." And Guru Nanak in his word he says, "Jaisi main aave khasam ki bani, faisala kari gyan bela lo." That whatever God is inspiring me at that moment, I'm saying that. And he says that God has chosen me to speak these words.
Yeah.
And as we talked about last week about hukam, that what is divine law, what is divine will, what God wants from us. And if I know what God wants from us, it will be much easier.
Much easier if it's
Then,
explain it.
You know, everyone is not Einstein.
That's
Einstein
right.
laid down a theory, then the whole universities were built upon it.
That's right.
And in order to get that knowledge what Einstein experienced, you have to learn those things in going into especially that program. And what Guru Nanak experienced, that is within the reach of each and every one of us. And what he experienced, he says, Hukmi hovan aakar, hukum na kahya jai. All the shapes,
Forms and shapes are in
all the
order.
forms,
Yes.
all the forms,
All the forms and shapes in the worlds are in the control of the universe. That's what it says. Hukme andar sabko.
Hukmi hovan
Aakar.
aakar. Aakar
I
means
see.
the shapes, the forms, are very much in accordance with the divine law. Nothing is random.
Yes.
Nothing is accidental. It is the way God wanted to plan it.
Yes.
It is divine design. And hukum na kahya jai, how that hukum works, how that divine law is working each and everything, that cannot be explained. That can be experienced, but cannot be
It
explained.
cannot be expressed in the world,
Yes.
from the worlds, but it can be experienced in a personal life.
Then he says, Hukmi hovan ji. All the creatures are accordance with the law, with the divine law. Hukmi hovan ji, hukam mila vadiyai. When we say hukam, if those people who are interested in Punjabi or Gurbani grammar, and hukam is mamme nu sihari likhi hui hai.
Yes.
That means in the divine law. Accordance with the divine law, people receive honor. Those people who understand the divine law and they receive honor. Honor means they live their life blissfully. And then he says, Hukmi uttam neech. Uttam neech. Accordance with the divine law, some are lower or some are high.
That means some are poor, some are rich,
Some
some
are
are
rich.
some are crippled, some are this. They're all in the, because of the orders of the law, nature law,
Accordance with the divine law.
the one's law.
And when we say even akar means not only the shapes of the things,
Forms and
but
shapes.
our thinking is not the same.
Right.
It has also shape.
Yes.
My shape of thinking is different than you,
That's right.
and that is true with everyone.
Yes.
And it is because of, and he will explain in the
next-
end of this
segment.
party.
Yes.
And Guru Nanak Sahib says, Hukmi uttam neech, hukam likh, dukh sukh paiya hai. But that if some pain comes in my life, if I'm going through a difficult time, I must sit, realize that it is coming because God has no interest to punish me.
Punish. That's
Nature is not like persons. If you are happy, that they are jealous.
yeah.
Nature is very much there with me. Rather, I am part of the nature.
And if there is some pain or suffering comes in my life, and if I feel otherwise, even pleasures in my life, it is accordance with the hukam. It is accordance with the divine law. And no one receives anything without the divine law.
Yeah. Another word, what I saw you're saying, if I'm miserable, I'm unhappy, I have a pain, I am sick, it is not because somebody has given me that sickness or pain, it is within that divine law. That is the law. That's the hukam.
Law, the divine laws underlying which constitutes the whole universe,
Right.
which takes care of the whole universe.
Right.
Even somebody's reaction could cause harm to you, but that is the law.
That's law.
That is the law
Yes.
of the nature. And then he says, Ikna hukmi bakshish. Ikna hukmi bakshish. There are fortunate ones in this universe, those who are honored with the blessings and blessings, showers of blessings.
The bakshish is a blessing.
Blessings. Ikna hukmi
Hukmi
bakshish.
bakshish.
Because they recognize the divine law. They experience the divine law, and they are the people of bakshish, ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ.
Right.
They are the blessed ones.
Yeah.
ਇੱਕ ਹੁਕਮੀ ਸਦਾ ਭਵਾਈਆਂ ਹੈ. There are few those who do not understand the divine law, divine will, or cosmic law.
Yeah.
They are wandering around.
Yeah.
Their life is in pain and miserable. And then he says, Hukm andar sabko. Sabko. The whole universe is in the divine law. Bahar hukm na koi.
Right.
You know, how long a fish can survive without out of water, out of ocean. One thing we must understand that when fish is in the ocean,
Right.
the fish has full freedom. It can go to deep waters, up, down, or towards the shore. Ocean does not direct the fish, but the consequences wherever fish goes faces. The divine law does not direct us. Whatever we do, we are responsible.
Right.
And the Guru Sahib says, Hukm andar sab ko. Anything, everything, the whole universe is in that divine law. Bahar hukum na koi. Nothing can exist without the Creator.
Universal law.
Universal law. Then he says, Nanak hukum je bujjai. So this is the key.
Yes.
If one understands the divine will, the divine law, ta home ka hai na koi. Then he will not say, or she will not say, oh yes, I did it.
Yes.
It is because of me. I always say that, whatever we are receiving in whatever shape and manner, it is not because of our only hard work. Not because of our education. It is because of the grace of God.
Grace of the God.
Grace of God. And once you understand the divine will, then home disappears. Unless there is a home, I amness or ego,
Yeah.
you cannot see it.
Yeah.
The home has been described in Gurbani. Tan pir ka ik hi sang vasa vich home peet karari. That it is just like simple example that the husband and wife on the same bed, but there is a curtain of ego. That curtain of ego is hindering them to communicate.
Yeah. There is another word for ego. Home. Home is the biggest disease. They explain in the Gurbani so many places. That's why this shabd came to say this. Don't bring the ego into your life. Understand the universal law and believe into the law and accept that law in your life. Yeah.
And I would,
Home dirgh rog hai. Can you elaborate on that? That's the question for that ego.
The home dirg rog hai.
Yes.
The home is the most dreadful disease.
That's the ego.
That's the ego.
That's where Guru Sahib is trying to say, just drop the ego things and get in tune with the nature of the law.
But then let me
Elaborate on
say
that.
a few words here. And there's a shabd of Guru Angad Sahib, the second Guru. And he says, Akhin bajon vekhna, vin karna surna. Jibbe bajon bolna, vin hathan karna. Nanak hukam pachan ke, to khasme milna. It's such a powerful words. He says, once you understand the divine will, divine law, akhin bajon vekhna,
Yes.
you will be able to see
Without
the
the
universe
eyes.
without even opening your eyes. The eyes are, even whatever we see, eyes don't see it.
Yes.
We see through eyes.
Through the eyes.
We don't see with eyes. Where eyes are just, tools to see. Our mind seeing it.
Yes.
If my mind is sick, whatever I will see outside is sickness. If mind is blissful, whatever I see with those blissful eyes will be the grace, the bliss.
Bliss of the God.
And Guru Sahib says, Akhi bajon vikhna. Once you understand the divine law, you will be able to see or experience this universe. When Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, Patalam patal, lakh, agasa, agas.
Yes.
The eyes were not able to see those millions of stars and planets.
Yes.
He saw in his consciousness.
Consciousness.
He felt those planets are part of his life.
Yes.
And he says, Akhi vajo vekhna, vin karna sunna. And once you understand the divine law, you start seeing, hearing the divine word without even your ears. Because that shabd, that word is not outside which ears need to hear. That word is within you, inside of you. You don't need those ears. So when that divine law is understood, you hear that divine music in your life.
In your life.
Then he says, Pairan vajon chalna,
Yeah.
min hathan karna. Now we walk, still we don't reach.
Right.
And he says, when you understand the divine will, divine law, you will be walking without even using your feet.
Yes.
Your reach will be much faster.
Yes.
You will be much higher. You will be far, far away from your own this materialistic world.
With the
using your feet.
imagination of
Yes.
the law. Yes.
Bin hatha karna. You will be doing so much without using even your hands.
Yes.
Then he says, Jibe bajon bolna.
Yes.
Jibe bajon bolna. Once you understand the divine law, divine wisdom, divine will, he says, you will be speaking, even not using your tongue. There is story comes, and when Guru Nanak was sitting in Kartarpur Sahib, there was one of his disciple came, and he sat with Guru Nanak, and after a while he had tears in his eyes and left. Bhai Mardana ji was sitting there, and he asked Guru Nanak Dev Ji that, Guruji, this person came
Yes.
and bowed to you and did some meditation. In the end, he had tears in his eyes and left without saying. Did you say anything? Guru Sahib said, yes. The communication is not with the tongue.
With the tongue only.
With the tongue.
Yes.
When your mind is tuned,
Yes.
you can communicate with anyone without using even tongue.
Yes.
When somebody's inner is pure
Yes.
and does not need to use even tongue. And that's what Guru Angad Sahib is saying. Jiba bajon bolna.
Yes.
You are communicating. You will be communicating. Because when your life is filled with that grace, and when your life is filled with that God's blessings,
Yeah.
wherever you are sitting, you are shedding those vibrations of thankfulness all around you.
Yeah.
You are communicating with this world much better way than otherwise even.
Yes.
And Guru Sahib said, Jiba bajo bolna, eon jeevat marna. This is the real way of life is. That you are living to live, you are not living to die. The spiritual oriented people, those people who experience divine, their body disappears, but they don't die. That's why Guru Arjan Dev Ji says in Sukhmani Sahib, Brahm Gyani Sad Jeeva Nahi Marta. That person who experiences God never dies.
Yes.
Body disappears.
Body disappears. Yes.
But his consciousness, his soul, always there. And he says, Nanak hukam pachan ka tau khasma milna. He says, once you understand the divine will, all the doors to see the reality around opens up. So this is the second body Guru Nanak Sahib has taught us, that how to understand the divine will, how to experience the divine will, and moreover, that whatever is being experienced in life in whichever manner, you don't blame anyone.
Right.
Dada dosh na dev kisa, dosh karma apneya, jo main kiya, so main paya, dosh na dija avarjana. That whatever I am receiving, it is because of my deeds.
My deeds. Right. There was, Bhai Sahib, you touched Jibo Wazo Bolana. The expression of the body, nowadays we get a training that guy's expression was such, the body language such, this is what he was trying to say. So this is maybe a part of that. Guru Sahib is saying, Jibo Wazo Bolana, but the journey of Guru Nanak Dev Ji was altogether different in a new word, like the expressions we are seeing from somebody's, from the body language, we can understand that language, what he's trying to say. It's that's more or less in this body, or it's a different version of Guru Nanak.
That's true, but I'll quote a quotation from Guru Arjan Sahib. He says, Nanak Sadgur Pete Puri Hove Jugt.
Right.
Jugt means the real way of life you learn when you sit with those who have lived it.
Yes.
You know, if you want to be basketball coach, basketball player, you have to be with basketball, those who know basketball.
The party of the basketball players.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know, if you do not understand any sports, you cannot enjoy it.
Yes.
More you understand it, more you enjoy it. That's how the life is. More you understand the divine law, divine wisdom, more you experience it, more you enjoy your life.
Yeah.
So that is the essence of the second body in Japji Sahib, Guru Sahib talks about.
Thank you very much for watching Word of Sikhism. We will be back next week again, same place, same channel. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you all.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਇਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਸੁਭਾਗ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਸਿੱਖ ਸੈਂਟਰ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਟਰਾਂਸਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ। ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਬਾਣੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਜਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਾਣ ਵਾਲੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹ ਬਾਣੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੋਂ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਿਧਾਂਤਕ ਲਹਿਰਾਂ ਨਿਕਲਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਜਿੰਨੀ ਇਸ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਸਮਝ ਪਏਗੀ, ਉਨਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਿਆ ਜਾ ਸਕੇਗਾ। ਮੈਂ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਕਿ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ, ਬੋਲੀ ਅਤੇ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਿਧਾਂਤ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਉਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਮੁਸ਼ਕਲ ਹੋਏਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੱਕ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਮੀਨਿੰਗਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂ ਅਰਥ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡੀ ਇਹ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਜਗਤ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਣ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਕਿ ਜੀਵਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਉਣਾ ਹੈ, ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਚ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਪ੍ਰਗਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਅਗਲੇ ਐਪੀਸੋਡਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਦੀ ਮੂਲ ਮੰਤਰ ਦੀ ਵਿਆਖਿਆ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
हाँ मात गर्भ तुम ही प्रतिपालक, मृत मंडल एक तू ही। मात गर्भ तुम ही प्रतिपालक, मृत मंडल एक तू ही। रसना 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 जपते 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 तू ही तू ही तू ही तू ही। रसना जपते तू ही तू ही। तुम है पिता तुम ही फोन माता, तुम है मीत हित प्राता। तुम है पिता तुम ही फोन माता, तुम है मीत हित प्राता। रसना 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 जपते 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 तू ही तू ही तू ही तू ही तू ही। रसना जपते तू ही तू ही तू ही तू ही। तुम परवार तुम है आधारा, तुम है जी प्राण दाता। तुम परवार